Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Nathan. Once again, you are all welcome to our 2024 Global Education Debate. So, without wasting much time, let me present the rules and regulations regarding today's global debate. Yeah, so number one on my list for the rules and regulations is no personal attack. Yeah, no personal attack. Since this debate is for research and educational purpose, we don't expect anyone to attack anybody personally. Second on my list, everybody should talk when he or she is asked to talk. Yeah. Also, let's manage how we choose our words to our opponent. Thirdly, let's maintain fairness. So I will encourage all the judges and those who will be voting to vote fearlessly. And also, the last on my list is no political talks. This is Owusu 360 is a neutral institution and you don't participate in political things. You understand? Yeah. So no political issue. Yeah. So without wasting much time, let me introduce our first debater, Mr. Paul Adams, who is for the motion. So, Mr. Paul Adams, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
You can hear me. Okay, so Mr. Paul Adams, please can you give us your opening statement for this debate?
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel Dobre, for the opportunity. You're welcome, everyone joining from Facebook and YouTube. Mr. Chairman, esteemed judges, fellow debaters, moderators, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Adams. Today, we gather to dissect the impact of Ghana's free senior high school policy. Now, the motion before us asks whether this initiative serves as a promoter of educational equality or a hindrance to national development. As a proponent of the notion that education is indeed a promoter of educational equality, I stand firm in my belief that the free senior high school policy in Ghana represents a significant step towards leveling the playing field in education and fostering national development progressively. Ladies and gentlemen, I have come to understand something in life that it is also an open fact that embarking on any worthwhile journey is often accompanied by challenges at the outset. However, it's crucial to remember that stagnation can be far more detrimental than starting and encountering challenges on the way. You will bear with me with that fact. So embrace the challenges, for they signify the beginning of progress and growth. Remember, it's better to start and face challenges than to never start at all. Please take note of this. A famous Hollywood actor, Denzel Washington, once said in his popular speech at the University of Pennsylvania in 2011, he said that if you don't fail, then you're not even trying. It means that every good initiative you start has challenges. You may fail along the way. And because they have challenges, you will hear my opponent talking about the fact that the free senior high school promotes quantity and not quality. Students sitting under trees, students not being fed well because of shortage of food and all that. Well, those are facts. We understand them. But first and foremost, let us acknowledge the profound significance of education as a fundamental human right and the cornerstone of societal progress. Education empowers individuals. I am here as a living testimony. Let me not even go there. It enhances their capabilities and unlocks opportunities for personal and collective advancement. In Ghana, Article 25, subsection 1, paragraph B of the 1992 Constitution states that secondary education in its different forms, including technical and vocational education, shall be made generally available and accessible to all by every appropriate means, and in particular by the progressive introduction of free education. Take note of that. Also, Goal 4, Target 1 of the Sustainable Development Goals says that by 2030, all boys and girls complete free, equitable, and quality primary and secondary education, leading to relevant and efficient learning outcomes. This is by the Free Senior High School Policy in 2018. This is an article they released prior to, after that. Ladies and gentlemen, with what I have stated, take note of that. Let me take you through a journey. All this is trying to tell us that a country's degree of development increases as its population becomes more educated. A well educated populace forms the bedrock of a prosperous and sustainable society. By making secondary education accessible to all, Ghana's free senior high school policy dismantles barriers that previously hindered many students from pursuing further studies. This bold initiative ensures that no student, I repeat, no student is deprived of their right to education simply due to the economic constraint. Because of financial difficulties, somebody shouldn't get access to education. And so government shouldn't spend money on these ones. Ladies and gentlemen, in doing so, it fosters more equitable society where talent and potential, one, rather than socioeconomic status, dictates one's educational trajectory, dictates one's educational journey. The free senior high school policy in Ghana represents a beacon of hope and progress in the quest of educational equality and national development. By breaking down barriers to access, empowering marginalized communities, and laying the foundation for a more prosperous future, the free senior high school policy embodies the transformative power of education. Ladies and gentlemen, let us not underestimate the profound impact of this policy in shaping the destinies of countless individuals and propelling Ghana towards a brighter, more inclusive future. Panel of judges, in the subsequent sessions, you will hear facts and testimonies that represent the voices of the masses on how the free senior high school policy has come to make progress in the educational and economic life of citizens. When I take you far, you may be doubting, but I'll bring you here myself. I am a living testimony. In the subsequent sessions, we'll get to know all that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul Adams. Thank you very much. Okay, so Mr. Francis, can you please give us your opening statement?
Okay. Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Francis Nathan. The topic for today debate is the impact of Ghana's free senior high school policy, promoter of educational equality or hindrance to national development. My name is Francis Nathan. Position: speak against the motion or the resolution. Good day, Mr. Chairperson, impartial judges, the moderator, protocol observers, audience watching live from the various social media handles, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for today's debate is the impact of Ghana's free senior high school policy, promoter of educational equality or hindrance to national development. I believe that the free senior high school has caused more harm than good to national development. According to Boche et al., this system may seem improvement of schools' curricula and attendance, but appears to fail in delivery. Although there are few who have lauded the introduction of the double track system, which has given the graduate of the junior high school the opportunity to have their way freely into the senior high school. the question that rings in the minds of concerned Ghanaians that the senior high school, does the system have the quality needed to turn out well-baked students as future leaders? The policy attracts major criticisms and few praises from academics and citizens. A country degree of development increases as its population becomes more educated. That is true. It decreases illiteracy, make people better residents and workers, and teach them to distinguish between right and wrong. Through education, people learn about and adhere to rules and norms of the society, thereby making it a better place to live. However, present student behavior in the post-free senior high school period is getting out of hand, both on school campus and in society. This has raised a lot of questions about the effectiveness of the free senior high school policy on student morals development. Became contentious. Even so, if the poor cannot pay for fees, what of the rich? Parents are, parents are seen literally spending more than they previously spent on education through attendance of extra classes during holidays. And it is only the rich that are able to take care of the extra classes for their wards, and children from poor families are seen in the streets of Accra and other parts of the country working during holidays to gather for their pocket money and provision for schools. Talking on Adum FM, Dr. Daniel Yirepe, a senior research fellow at the University of Education, Winnipeg, bemoaned the longevity of the stay at home by students as it escalates social vices on our societies. Dr. Daniel Yirepe added that the stay at home by students during a break of one of the track will make the devil find a job for idle hands. It is not surprising to see students during holidays engaging in behaviors that are not acceptable in the Ghanaian society. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chairman, judges, moderators, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen, planning at the onset was poorly done without giving enough time for program to find its proper footing. Planning a project, executing and implementing it need more time for viability. The free senior high school policy was trivialized and downplayed as it lacked proper and adequate planning time. The synergists have praised this policy for being good, but described as one of the verge of collapsing due to poor planning. Not only this, sustainability of the program is yet another consideration that has to be remembered. Empirically, Mensa 2019 find that although the free senior high school is plausible by way of increasing enrollment numbers, it lacked adequate stakeholders consultations. He added the introduction of the free senior high school lacked adequate funding and logistics, among others. The policy and the emergent implementing issues has been subject of debate among diverse stakeholders, Mohammed and Kuyuni, 2021. Stakeholders such as private school, conference of head teachers, teacher union, groups, parent and civil society or civil organization have criticized the inadequate consultation prior to implementation in MISA 2019. The voice of children, who are the key focus of the policy, has really not been acknowledged. Mr. Chairperson, it will shock you to know that the most recent empirical study by Chinema and Dankwa 2021 found daunting results about the implementation and outcome of the free secondary school policy. They reported a shortage in teachers due to high enrollment, inadequate infrastructure, increasing teacher workload, insufficient teaching and learning material, overcrowding in classrooms, and delay in the supply of funds to schools. This was published in international journal Trends Research and Development.com. As many students compete for these few resources, issues of survival of the fittest is set in the game. Jealousy, friction, and hatred become the subject of the day. Students create enmity and hatred among themselves as they compete for these limited amenities. For instance, where some schools only have one borehole for over 2,000 students. And in my subsequent presentation, I'll bring more of this. Thank you for